Cantor, Bruce, Paul, and I welcome you to our CSS sanctuary for the very final services of Yom Kippur. This longest day of the year is nearly coming to its close. We'll begin first with Yizkor, with memory. Eli, Eli, I have beside me the broken star that sits in our sanctuary with those words, a reminder of the pain and loss in years past. And we also have our memorial plaques lit. You might not be able to see all of them, but their lights glow in the sanctuary beautifully. I'd like to begin the service with a poem that Marlene Creighton sent to me by Gloria Tatuski called Flame in the Glass. There comes that moment in time when your subscription to life expires, no further issues will be forthcoming. You have been deleted from the list. Unborn others await their chance to exist. Soon you will join the ranks of those who are sadly missed. There is nothing you can do to bring your life back to you. Money cannot restore you to the living ranks. You have had your portion for which you must give thanks. Millions wait to take your place in the living ranks. Through the portals of death you must pass to become a flame dancing in a glass. A solitary flame rising, falling, trembling, flickering, but forever confined within the glass. O solitary flame, glimmering, shimmering, fitfully swaying restlessly back and forth, casting ghostly shadows and weird patterns upon the walls, silently haunting the rooms and the halls. A solitary flame of memory, a flame of love, lighting the dark crevices of the past. For those who remain to love you and live the light of your memory, while you dance alone in the glass. O solitary flame, confined in your melancholy dance, You comfort and you bless and remind us that, alas, we too will be a flame dancing in a glass, dedicated to those loved ones who have had a bad habit of passing away. Thank you, Gloria. We do encourage you to light your candles if you haven't done so already for those that you're remembering on this Yizkor service. We're going to turn to page 541 to the reading on the top. And we're using the Mishkan HaNefesh, Machzor, which we had distributed through our synagogue. That is the silver one. This is the hour of memory. This is our house of comfort, and please join with me. Wounded by loss, we retreat from life. Our synagogue gathers us in. Into this place we bring stories and prayers, unanswered questions, tears that need to be shed, lives recollected and carried within us, moments of courage and laughter and pain. This day embraces them all. This place embraces us all. Now the heart opens in sorrow, for we are time's subjects, and all that we love we must lose. So let us hold fast to the love that remains and cherish the light of the sun. Today all of us walk the mourner's path. Together may we find strength. We're going to continue now with Psalm 23, which is on page 594. my hardest duties as rabbi is to read our Yizkor list every year. For many of you, these are your beloved, your close relatives, perhaps parents, siblings, or even children, friends. As I read this list, I want you to know that when we read names, it's a way of bringing life and honoring the person. And I hope that you feel the comfort of our community around you, that the sadness should not be celebrated, shouldn't be mourned alone. First, just the names of people who died just this past week that we'll also read as part of our Yizkor. David Sievers, Darcy Kramer's uncle, and Ed Chunk Sr., Ed Chunk's father, and Harvey Rosenblum, as well as Jay Rosenthal, Donald Alcock, and Grace Bluestone. We're remembering from this past year, in addition to those names, Carolee Arbet, Irving Atlas, Ruth Axelrod, Donald Barish, Ed Barzis, Sally Bass, Philip Beckman, Sheldon Benetovich, Merle Burkow, Richard Bach, Bertram Breitbart, Harold Breitman, Dorothea Brooks, Joseph Bush, Rose Bukowski, Hinda Birdman, Dave Bushman, Patricia Campbell, Harriet Cohen, Donald Cornell, Jenny Lou Corus, Mary Lou Davis, Marilyn Davis, Belle DeBruin, Bobby DeBruin, Lorraine Dweck, Joanne Ehrlich, Ruth Elkin, Arnold Edelson, Nancy Fetz, Rolene Feugelman, Zeta Fraden, Barbara Gardone, Stanley Glick, Marianne Goldstein, Harold Goldstein, Galena Grinman, Marvin Gross, Gladys Grunwald, Pam Harrisburg, Marilyn Hawk, William Heitner, Ray Heller, Dr. Leonard Horowitz, Dr. Hanley Horowitz, Donald Kirsch, Craig Adam Kleeman, Joseph Kriegel, Sandra Larkey Kloman, David Lodge, Fred Looper, David Majewski, Ellen Markell, Jerome Michaels, Sylvia Mintz, Gordon Middleman, Rabbi Larry Moldo, Leonard Mordetsky, Patricia Munter, Hetty Joy Neischuler, Jerry Nosnitsky, Bernice Organic, Ashley Ortega, Connie Piero, Renee Primack, Ellen Primack, Meredith Reed Cartman, Jay Rosenthal, Norman Rosenthal, Erwin Rovner, Giacomo Jack Sacamando, Millie Sachs, Florence Sands, Stephen Schreiber, Diane Schlanger, Erwin Schreiber, Leda Schunk, Doris Sellers, Barbara Shapiro, Nate Silver, Stuart Silverman, Helen Singh, Murray Sirota, Amy Slater, Harold Small, Clarice Snitzer, Susan Solander, Evelyn Solomons, Eric Spire, Richard Sperling, Beatrice Soltz, Cecile Tiegler, Joseph Terranova, Wolf Tombach, Richard Tucker Sr., Herb Weinman, Lois Weinstein, Edna Weiss, Adrian Weiner, Timothy Woods, Paul Zimmerman. We invite you to offer your own private prayers as the cantor recites the El Malei Rachamim on page 598. Wherever you are, we invite you to rise if you're able. We remain standing for the mourner's Kaddish. And I'll read our list of names. The mourner's Kaddish is on 606. These are yard sites. In addition to people that died recently, there are those that died at this time of year who make our hearts heavy every time we hear their names, and that we honor by reading their names. Bet Arwitz, Albert Ashkin, Gloria Atlas, Stel Borowitz, Dora Brody, Sarah C. Carr, Lorraine Cherbow, Cynthia Cohen, Charles Colbert, David Citron, Zetta Fraden, Edward Froelich, Nathan Gordon, Abe Gottlieb, Rita Green, Joseph Hirsch, Jane Sela Heskins, Leo Kahn, Kenneth Karch, Julia Kaufman Sugarman, Esther Kirchner, Harriet Shustak Korn, Faye Lattis, Sol Levinson, Max Lieberman, Jean Lyons, Gordon Middleman, Adele Mueller, Leo Mueller, Harold J. Mullman, Milton Phillips, Bernard Polikoff, Pauline Rosikoff, Simon Rubin, Marjorie Schlisserman, Edith Schwartz, Lois Shapiro, Max Slonim, Susan Salander Bayless, Benjamin Startsky, Marshall Strauss, Jerry Simons, Minna Winiger, and Belle Zebrak. If you have other names, feel free to say them out loud. And those whose custom it is to rise for the mourner's Kaddish, please recite with me. 606. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'yalma, Divra, Cherete, V'yamlik, Malchute, V'chayachon, V'yamachon, V'chaye, D'chol Beit Yisrael, B'agalau, V'yizman, Kariv, V'yamru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah, V'rach, Le'olam U'me'al Maya, Yitbarak, V'yishtabak, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei D'Kudashah, B'rechu, Le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata, tushvechata v'nechamata, damiran v'yalma v'yamaru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yamaru, Amen. Oseh shalom v'yamramav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yal kol yoshvei tevel v'yamaru, Amen. May God grant healing to those in mourning. May we lend their support. May the lives of those that we love, may we continue to cherish them, and may their memories nourish us, and may they be a blessing for many, many years to come. You may be seated. I especially went slowly in honor of Stanley Chorus of blessed memory, who always told me I went too fast with the Mourner's Kaddish. We're going to be making a transition now into Neilah. Neilah is a very important and special service. It's the time where we understand the gates of heaven are closing after a very long day. It's an opportunity to stand at those gates and to have our last prayers. We know what's in your heart. We know what's your intention. And we hope that at the end of this day you feel closure of this year and can move into the new year with a full heart, a heart that's able to process and deal with whatever is in our way. So Neilah is going to start on page 612. A lot of this will be standing. Feel free, we're in whatever space and whatever condition you are, to stand or sit. Standing is just a way of kind of really showing our seriousness, but we can do that in other ways as well. Please join with me. The long day is over and the gates are closing. Slowly day fades into dusk. Soon the earth will darken, our bodies weak and weary, our inner strength undiminished. This day has been a gift, uncluttered time, free from hurry and routine, appointments or assignments, a time to face our sins and imperfections, our dreams and yearnings for the life we want to live, a time to leave the clamor of the world and attend to the voice within. Long ago, the temple gates were locked at dusk. So too at this hour, the gates of Yom Kippur begin to close. Have we done all that needed to be done? Said everything that needed to be said? The gates of God's compassion never close, but soon enough our lives close in on us. Now in the silence of the soul, now before the holy day comes to an end, release the unshed tears, the deepest prayers locked in our hearts. And if you haven't said, I'm sorry, to the person next to you, wherever you are, do so now. This is the time. The song Pitchu Li, open us, keep the gates open. I'll turn over to Cantor. Open a gate for us when the gates are being closed, for the day is about to fade, the day shall end, the sun shall set. Let us enter your gates. The Chatzi Kaddish for Neilah, page 620.
Diva
you to rise if you are able, and I'm giving you strength for this journey as we approach God for the very last time on Yom Kippur with the Tefillah. The Amidah starts on page 622, and we'll resume prayers on 652. Take a couple of minutes for your own private reflections. We turn to the confessional, page 652 at the bottom. Please join with me in the English. Our God and God of all generations, may our prayers reach your presence. And when we turn to you, do not be indifferent. Adonai, we are arrogant and stubborn, claiming to be baseless and free of sin. In truth, we have stumbled and strayed. We have done wrong. And we're going to continue at the top of 653, just like we have done. We gently tap our chest, over our heart, thinking about things that we can do better in the coming year and forgiving ourselves at this point for all the things that we did this past year. Hashamnu, Paganu, Gazanu, Gazalnu, Dibarnu Dofi, Hevinu, Vehir Shanu, Sadnu, Hamasnu, Tafanu Shaker, Ya'atznu-ra, Kizavnu, Latznu, Maranu, Niatznu, Sararnu, Avinu, Pashanu, Sararnu, Kishinu Orev, Rashanu, Shichadnu, Tihavnu, Tainu, Titanu, We're going to do an alternate version as well on 659, which is not about our sins, but about the way that we have done right this year. And instead of tapping our hearts, I encourage you to give yourself a little hug. You deserve it. We loved and we wept. We were kind and spoke thoughtfully. We were faithful and trusting. We put forth effort. We were mindful. We embraced. We took delight in the holy books. We were creative. We yearned. We fought for justice. We searched out the good. We tried our best. We were attentive. We did what you commanded us to do. We found meaning in Torah. And most of the time, we did what is right. We proclaimed your name. We were accepting. We were joyful. And we cared. We're going to turn to the Avinu Malkeinu as we make our final petitions to God. If you are standing, you should remain standing. 664, Avinu Malkeinu.
Set
And you may be seated as we turn to the full Kaddish, page 668, this special Hasidic melody. I'd like to bring over our synagogue president to give our last set of announcements for the High Holy Days.
L'Shana Tova again, everyone. A couple of quick things as the High Holy Days wind down. We will be observing Simchat Torah and Sukkot in the coming weeks. Watch your email for things, information about that. We will also be having a wonderful mitzvah to help those in need, and that's Walk Off Hunger, coming up the next 2 Saturdays. Watch your email this week for some more information on that. Speaking of the High Holy Day services, when we leave here, we will be heading outside for High Holy Day services to really end with literally the last blast, which will be the final shofar blessings, a shofar blast in the parking lot, and a Havdalah service, followed by the Breakfast Bagel Box. If you have made your reservation for that, you'll have to just follow the drive-through instructions by the kitchen. Remember, for this one, walk-ins are not available. We did need an accurate count. Finally, I do want to say thank you to Rabbi Alex Lazarus Klein, Cantor Arlene Frank, and Paul Staley. It is always a pleasure to share the High Holy Days with you. This year it has been especially meaningful. Whatever the service, whatever the setting, it has been so wonderful to share it with our members this year in our difficult times. I also want to thank Joanne Marquesi and our staff, our executive committee and our board. These people, they are the reasons that I can say to you, this temple will be here for you. We will be here to meet your needs, whatever those needs are, however we can. Finally, thank you to you, our members, for your support and your patience throughout this process. Thank you for taking part in our services this year, whether it was in person at the drive-in, all the Zoom events, via the live stream, whatever the setting, you were here with us. We were connected this year in a way we never thought possible. Thank you for being part of this truly wonderful and truly amazing Shir Shalom family. May you be inscribed in the book of life. A happy new year, a healthy new year, a safe new year from all of us. L'shana tova.
Thank you, Bruce. I think you summed it up so beautifully, and I hope that everyone is feeling the joy that you should be feeling at the end of Yom Kippur, that we have survived this time that we maybe will tell future generations, and still found a way to be together. So what's going to happen now is we have our final prayers that we are going to do in here, so that everyone has a chance to hear those as well in the sanctuary. 672. 672 are the final prayers, where we sing the Shema once, the Baruch Shem Kavod 3 times, then Adonai Hu Elohim 7 times. And then at the end, what we're going to do is we are going to clear out. We have Joe Glickman here to blow the shofar, to do the final Tikiyah Gedolah that will be outside. And we will do that as well as the Havdalah outside in the parking lot for those of you that are able to be here in approximately a half hour. And I think that we're ready. Oh, if you have prayer books, if you have one of these silver books, come by, bring it back one of these days. We'd love to get these copies back for next year, hopefully in person in the synagogue. So I'm going to invite Cantor, invite everyone to rise again as we do these final prayers, starting with the Shema. And we do miss our choir this year. Hopefully we'll have the full one for this next year. Beautiful. As Joe gets, maybe we should hear the Bless This Year before.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, let's do Bless This Year. That beautiful. You probably heard it at Transit Drive-In, and then we'll bring Joe over here for that final blast.
Baruch atah
Beautiful, a blessed year. So Cantor and Paul and I, we're going to clear to the back and just get a couple of things. We can hear our final shofar blast.